What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome back to another episode of Feed the Geeks. I am Thirdy.
Yeah. And this is Bayani. Welcome, episode 56.
Yes, episode 56.
Yeah. So
What are-
third, it's been a whirlwind for the gamers. Like, right after nag-drop ang Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, it hasn't been barely a week. And then gawas ang Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
It's tears, Bayani.
Yeah.
It's tears.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, man. Like, it's a very, very big first few months. 2023 is gonna be packing with video games that, I don't know, a lot of people gamers are actually eating good right now. After like after the pandemic ruined their lives, finally it's back. Gaming is back. Marvel is back, right? Yeah.
It's like, finally, we can go out but stay in anyway. Because games,
Exactly. Even in the pandemic, I don't want to go out because that's the point, and I can still play games. And right now, I don't want to go out and still play games.
At least you know that you have the choice.
Yes.
I know that this is my decision to be here right now.
Mm-hmm.
Making tanks. And, all the crazy things that are online right now sa Zelda.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen all the crucifixions, the KKK things, but we will talk about it later. But first, what are the small news that's been going on in the
Small
internet?
news, they are now considering Beast from X-Men, si Nicholas Hoult, young Beast. They might have him play Lex Luthor. What do you think?
Lex Luthor or Superman?
Si ano man di siya, no? Yeah, si ano man di siya, si Renfield also in that
he is
Dracula
also in
movie.
Renfield. It also makes sense, right? Since he's at the back of he's back on his career now, so he has to take a lot of contracts now.
Mm-hmm.
And with him as Lex Luthor, okay, I'll see to that. But I thought he was Superman.
Some people think he can either play Lex Luthor or Superman. Like, he can either do both, but they're saying that the person they're considering for Superman is ano man daw, kanang that guy from Pearl. Have you seen Pearl?
Pearl, that guy from Pearl. Oh, the film buff dude.
Yeah, that
The
guy
film
though.
buff.
It's like he's being considered for Superman, and I'm like, okay. And then so far it looks like Nicholas Hoult is the biggest name now for Lex Luthor, and I think he could be fine. Like, when you think Lex Luthor, kinsa ang ibong Lex Luthor? Like, what kind of character is he?
He's a bald guy. He's evil, and he's rich. So it's basically Jeff Bezos in my mind, something like that.
Yeah, that's what Snyder was going for, Mando, when he cast kanang si Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
Dude,
and he's an owner of a tech company, and then he's like,
I really enjoyed
na siya
Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. I don't know the hate that everyone's getting. Like, where's the hate coming from, man? He was good as Lex Luthor. He's my kind of deranged nerd. I like him.
Yeah, I guess there's just a lot of murag. He's just crazy na lang na murag. The nice thing about Lex Luthor was kind of, I think what people wanted to see was like a smart businessman kind of guy. But then now I'm realizing that it's important for every take of a character that they should be different from previous iterations to make them unique on their own. So it was like, okay, so he's a tech mogul, and then he's really smart, but he doesn't trust Superman. But weird ang iyang mga Jesse Eisenbergisms, like mga mga ingana sounds.
And his familiar lisps, you could actually tell he slipped, the S are slipping.
Yeah, but some people are like, he can either or be Lex Luthor or Joker. If you put makeup on him, all of his lines still make sense. Like, murag, he's he's kind of weird and really fidgety. So it was like, but you know the Lex Luthor I really like, and then I want to say it without risk of being canceled. Like, I really like Kevin Spacey's Luthor. Like, he was so fun to watch in Superman Returns. He's like one of my favorite villains. He's kind of ridiculous, but he can also get scary at the same time. Like, the one where he stabs Superman at the side, and I'm just like, no, he's evil also. But then also he's like a funny guy, and then he likes to wear costumes, and I'm like, he's fun to watch. And then it's funny that you put him against Superman, who's kind of like, honestly, a boring like characterization most of the time. But like, you put him next to Luthor, who's really, really like crazy and wild and like schemer kayo siya. Like, it makes a fun dynamic.
Yeah.
But you know, maybe they'll bring that back with Nicholas Hoult. But ang akong excited for is si Lois Lane, who could be Rachel Brosnahan from Mrs. Maisel. And like, I'm sorry you're too much of a film bro to check out The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, but it's a really, really good show, and it just ended. It's like a 5-season run or 4-season run on Amazon. And yeah, she's really, really good. Like, baka in love jud ang iyang character. Na she's a female stand-up comedian from the 60s. And I'm like, oh, this is so good. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
The trudge to, like, there are two things that I want to talk about that I watched that you haven't seen, but I'm really, really excited for them. I think you should check them out. For one, it's medyo late siya. It's like a week late, but we were talking about Guardians, and I wanted to talk about Star Wars Visions 2, Season 2. Kakita ka sa Season 1?
No, it's still on my PC. It's still on my hard drive. I still haven't touched that, man. I'm sorry for that.
Star Wars Visions, you haven't seen it yet? Don't
Not
we have
yet.
an episode of it? Like, we're talking about the Alison Brie na ano.
The one where she was a furry. That's what you meant, right?
No, that's not the one. Alison Brie wasn't a furry in it. Basta it was from Studio Trigger, and then it's like, basta it's more of the Star Wars that I love. It's more of the embraces the themes and mo gawas ang creatives na kind of material. It's not so focused on glop shadowing everywhere, so I really love Star Wars Visions. And if ang first season was mga anime studios, the second season is mga studios from all over the world. So there's a French studio. They got the studio that makes Shaun the Sheep. So it's like, really Wallace and Gromit visuals, pero Star Wars ang world.
No way,
it's really, really fun.
What do you call that? What do you call that thing? The stop motion thing? A Star Wars stop motion?
Yeah, claymation.
No way,
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, but like all the entries were super good. I was kind of bummed out now. Oh, not all of them are gonna be anime, but coming out of it, I was just like, I breezed through them an entire day, like all the shorts. And it's like, oh, this is mga, I'm Andor level excited about like how much I like it.
Andor level excited.
Yeah, it's not
Alright.
Andor level deep. I guess Andor is still more of like this is the adult Star Wars. It's like, but it's visually it's very, very dazzling, and like the themes are very, very strong. And ganahan kay ko sa mga characters na all of them are new characters, and it's not focused on going like, remember this one, how about this one, like more it's like, it's not, if you didn't like Mandalorian so much for doing that, like, oh, we never talked about Mandalorian.
Oh yeah,
You
we
finished
talk
it,
about,
right?
Yeah, I did finish it. I just realized that we never talked about the Mandalorian ending. I don't want to talk about it. What's there to talk about?
You don't want to talk about it? Just tell me your feelings. Search your feelings.
It was it actually builds up on that scene only, on that fight with Gustavo
With Gus Fring?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that's the episode that I like, and then it's just that episode. Too bad that it's the only episode that actually redeemed the show for me. Everything else,
like Jack Black and Lizzo.
It was good fun, like hanging out, just going around and stuff. But everything is like it's becoming more and more typical TV. Like they've actually regressed to this Disney Plus bullshit now. It's not the same
I
anymore.
don't think ano ba, like for me it didn't regress. It was kind of I was in a very low point katong first 2-3 episodes. I was just like murag what the fuck is this show already? Like murag it's like a big monster comes out and they have to fight the monster and then the next thing again and the next, but once ning sod ang katong Dr. Pershing episode that everyone hates, I was like, this is new. Like, I'm not in love, but I'm like, I'm on board for this. This is different at least. And then the arcs keep going and going, and I'm like, okay, so this is where they decided to go. It didn't end in a kanang. It didn't end in as well as the Mandalorian 2 did with Luke Skywalker going away, but at least like murag, I don't know. The end for me is where it's kind of like I got lost a little. Like murag, huh? What's happening? But like building up towards it, I was still like murag, wow, this Bo-Katan, and then nag-ano sila, nag Agni Kai and the Marvel like Star Wars version, and I wasn't even mad at Jack Black and Lizzo showing up.
No, I mean they were
Pero-
fine. Like I enjoyed their presence in the
Yeah.
show. Like it was a needed I don't know like color to it because everything is so fucking boring now.
No, nakatawa ko because like it's so funny because that episode kind of starts with them inside a train and then they leave to do the Jack Black mission and then right afterwards they go back on the train and start talking about the very same thing that they were talking about. So it was like, what the fuck kind of side quest shit is that?
Yeah.
Ano, it was like, listen, we have to get the Mandalorian people, and then they get subverted, and then like back inside the train. Okay, listen, now we have to talk about the Mandalorian people. Like, huh?
Oh, it's also a very packed episode with all the special guests and the celebrities popping in there. With
like
with Doctor
just the one episode.
yeah with
with-
Christopher what do you call that?
Lloyd?
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd, right? Like he was very familiar there. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's him. Okay, so that episode has like probably a big budget when it comes to like casts. They spent a lot of money on that episode alone,
Probably.
and then the rest they forgot everything. That's basically it. Because the finale was
I'm
good.
like-
I enjoyed the Mando fights with the Beskar Steel stormtroopers. Like I never expected
Oh, yeah.
that to happen. That was cool. But the rest, I was
But
like,
you na si ano, you didn't like Skinny Pete. Like na si Skinny Pete
No.
among the pirate Mandalorians.
no, what the fuck
It
is
was
that? Like,
murag.
I don't want my Dune wannabe Tana. I don't know what you call that. That was like,
It does look like they're Fremen
Yeah.
when they're there.
You're not Fremen, guys. You're just, I don't know, lost Mandos. Yeah.
No, dude, like I really like the moment where Mando goes like, Skinny P, why are you doing this? And then Skinny P is like, you're like my hero and shit.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, right? With Gustavo Fring there, and it's gonna exist. Like, I think the next Mandalorian villain should be, what do you call that? Heisenberg. Or Bryan Cranston could be in Star Wars.
Yeah, dude, it's
I just
like,
realized
I'm pretty sure
he could be in Star
wait.
Wars.
Kinza's Bryan
Bryan
Cranston.
Cranston could be in Star Wars.
Oh yeah, like they'll probably waste him at some kind of like murag. He's just gonna go like, "Hi, I'm Glup Shirto too," and then everyone's gonna be like, "Whoa, it's Bryan Cranston," and then they'll kill him or something.
Nah, I mean,
Or like he's gonna do like a force thing, and then it's like, oh, okay, it's done. But if they had the balls, I don't know.
Yeah.
Put him in Andor, and then he'll be like an Imperial, and I'd be like, oh, this is
huge,
kinda
yeah,
cool.
huge, right? But enough Star Wars, man. We've been talking about Star Wars for like
Fine,
three
just,
weeks
like,
now. 3 weeks of Star Wars.
Just Disney Plus, just check it out.
Yeah, I've been
Star Wars Visions.
I've been paying for Disney Plus and I don't even use it. I did like
I
catch a few glimpses of like I did watch the old animated movies like Little Mermaid and you call that.
You wanna you wanna segue into Little Mermaid?
Oh, yeah,
which is coming out.
Yeah, what's with Little Mermaid? Like, what's everyone's consensus on it? Like, I know, I get it that they had to. It doesn't matter. The race doesn't matter.
Really,
the color of your
really?
skin. Yeah, like, are we getting there, or are we trying to There's just no
Like,
soul to the movie. Everything that I've seen, like Twitter is going ham on its production value. Like nothing. Like why is this movie so soulless? Like there's really everything is irredeemable in this
I don't
snippets alone.
wanna. Yeah, I don't wanna go like everything is soulless because maybe everything is already. You know, like. I think that soul resides where the perceiver is.
What
so,
the
like,
fuck is that?
Where,
Like that's new.
Where other people see no soul, like usahay, like it depends on you. Kay para nato be sometimes for us Marvel movies feel soulless, but to the children who watch them and to the people who feel alive when they watch them, it could never be more alive.
Mhm.
So maybe not to go too philosophical here. Maybe the soul was inside us all along.
Mm-hmm. That's right. The souls are the friends we make along the way. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. I guess it's funny because like there are two warring factions of Twitter who are kind of like give or take with the movie. Like one is like supportive of the movie because they cast Halle Bailey and they want to show support to her being the new Little Mermaid. But on the other side, it's the people who are like, this is obviously just a cash cow for Disney again. Nah. The live action remakes, they have not been well received critically, all of them, but they all make billions of dollars.
Yeah,
Like,
it is a cash cow.
Aladdin,
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast, Maleficent. I don't want to hate on Cruella. Cruella was actually an interesting angle, but like the straight up remakes, like like what's the latest one? Yeah, I think I said Beauty and the Beast already. Lion King, Lion King.
Yeah,
It was
Lion
like-
King was bad. And Mulan as well. We forgot to talk about Mulan.
Oh, but Mulan is the worst. It's like you put it next to the original animated movie, and it was still like, yeah, some people don't like Mushu that much, but like the themes of like the man versus woman, it's still very strong. But getting Little Mermaid, I don't know how they can change it so much. Like, I was hoping they would cast a drag queen to play Ursula. The character was originally like, conceived to be a drag queen, and like, well, but I still like Melissa McCarthy. But it's more of just like, I don't have an opinion, or like I don't hate it and I don't love it either. Morashag, I'm definitely not gonna line up to watch it or anything. But I'm not gonna stop anyone from trying to enjoy it. Like, more like, that's your thing.
Yeah.
I don't want you going to my Star Wars line and just going, everything sucks. And I'm like, more like, go away.
Yeah.
Go away, nerd.
I mean, okay. We're not gonna talk about it only after it comes out, if we ever bother to
Yeah.
see it. So, if we
Yeah,
see it, okay.
I have to say though, the creature designs not good.
Yeah.
Like, Sebastian looks terrible.
Everything.
See, Flounder looks worse.
Like, what are they trying to do there? Pero I think it's trying to appeal to the Chinese market. That's like, I think that's their go-to. Like, I want this live action to hit the Chinese markets, and then
I don't know if
Get
it
a
will, but okay, the lead is black, so maybe the Chinese market is out of it.
oh no,
like,
I didn't know that. But so far I haven't read any news regarding that. So it's a good thing. It's
Yeah.
gonna be making
Yeah.
a lot of money, and everyone's gonna enjoy it. So
siguro.
what
Like,
else?
We'll see what happens when it releases.
Yeah.
Third, I was like, I thought you would have been the first person excited for this movie that just released, but I came at you and it's like, uy, kakita na kong Evil Dead Rise, and you just looked at me blankly and went, what? It's out already? Like, what a third?
Yeah, you were telling
could
me.
you?
You were telling me that it's already out on our favorite website, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's already out, and I didn't get to see it because I don't know, Zelda was out this week, and everything was
Yeah.
everything was so busy, so that's why I didn't get to watch
yeah.
it. So how was it?
So, yeah. So Evil Dead Rise. What was the last Evil Dead you saw? Did you see the 2013 one?
Yes, that was like my comfort movie, man. Like, I want to watch that again.
You're a fucking psychopath, Jude. But
Yeah.
Evil Dead is not a comfort movie.
That is my
Like,
comfort movie. I
I-
love it.
that was my first Evil Dead, and I already knew about Army of Darkness, and it was like, oh, it's a silly movie where he has a chainsaw hand and fights skeletons. And then Evil Dead 2013, it was just, why the fuck am I watching this with my mom right now? Like,
Everything.
the worst person to take to this movie.
Yeah, everything
And-
is so good. Like, from the gore, from the campy scenes that, I don't know, stuff that doesn't even make sense anymore. Let's go. I love that
Yeah,
shit.
she cuts her tongue with a blade,
Mhm.
and then like, Murag, it's all demon possession. Like, I already told you my mom's reaction to it. Like, while we were watching it.
I don't know. What happened?
Yeah, because my young college self was like not ready for Evil Dead. Apparently, okay, it's a B gore franchise, and like I walked into it just going like, ugh, it's so squeamish. Na murag kalura ni, and I'm watching it with my mom. My mom was watching it unfazed. Her face was all strong, and after every violent scene, she would just go,
Huh.
you know what? None of this would have happened if they just said, "In the name of Jesus Christ, devil, go out."
Wait,
Like,
is that what she said? Are you serious?
yeah.
Wow.
She was
Alright.
like, she turned it into like a learning moment, like a good like youth leader. She was like a youth pastor. She was like, alam mo, hindi dapat nangyari lahat yan kung nagpray lang sila. I was like,
All right, that is, she's the perfect audience for that, and yeah, it's great that you invited her along. It's a moment. It's a core memory
Yeah.
for you. So every time you watch Evil Dead,
yeah.
there's gonna be some religious intervention somewhere.
It's
And-
just like, guys, just fucking pray, please.
Yeah.
Just the Lord's Prayer, just even one, you'll get saved.
Yeah, it's like seeing all those memes before where everyone was like holding like a poster of like, stop bullying, stop racism, something like that. It's how it works. That's just how it works, guys. So how is Evil Dead Rise? Is it still as campy and as
Oh my
gory, as ridiculous as the 2013 one?
It's very ano siya, like now that I'm older and wiser, I'm like, okay, I know your game, Evil Dead. Like, I know what you're supposed to be, and you're supposed to be like a demon B horror movie that like everyone's supposed to die, and you're supposed to like detach yourself from it, and you're just gonna enjoy like how violent and everyone is getting hurt. Like, it's that kind of sadistic like ride for people. So when I watched it, I was like, I was already expecting things to go to shit, and they did. And it's a very kind of vibe kayo siyang a movie when you watch it.
It is a
It's
comfort movie.
like, yeah, I don't know if comfort is the word. It's like murag, I want to see all the types of women suffer. I want to see young women suffer. I want to see a trans guy suffer. I want to see sisters suffer, and I want to see a mother suffer. And I'm
Mhm.
like, yes, suffering, so much suffering. Like from, what's that? 500 Days of Summer. Or like 500
Yeah.
Days of Suffer. But like, yeah, I'm like, the creature work is very good. Like, the camera work is very stylistic. Like, Twitter is all about katong the Evil Dead Rise title reveal, where like it rises up from the mountains on Evil Dead Rise, and I'm like, this is a vibe.
This is a vibe,
I know,
yeah.
it's definitely a vibe na movie na when you watch it, and just expect lang jud na ano, sana, it's kind of what I expected out of a slasher film, that terrible things just keep happening, and then everyone is just trying their best to survive, and then there's body horror, there's like kanang parts being blown off, and then people getting stabbed, and then like people swallowing body parts. It's very gross.
It's
But-
good. It's good. It's still Evil
Yeah,
Dead.
it's-
I like it that when you say those things, it's still Evil Dead. And
Yeah, it's definitely, it's not the ridiculous wacky Evil Dead na
Mm-hmm.
ano, because I watched it with Tiny, and then she saw like Army of Darkness. Kanang our friend Ernest he's very into like Evil Dead. It's like that's his comfort movie.
Oh,
Sabi,
really?
kanang,
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Weird kayo nga Evil Dead na, but he likes the ones that he showed me were like Evil Dead. Which one was Army of Darkness? The third one?
I think that's the latest one, probably. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I did not
Yeah.
follow the Ash ones because
Yeah, it's the Ash one.
it's the Ash ones, yeah. Because that was too old for me, and then I'm like, okay, I think everyone has had enough of you now, Ash. So I guess I'm moving on to the modern ones now. Yeah.
Oh, did you see the ano ba? Did you see the series?
No.
Yeah, because they brought Ash back for that one. It was like the Ash movies and the 2013
Yeah.
reboot, which was closer to they were in a cabin and then they're demons and then the demons terrorize them.
Oh, is that
And
the
then-
Ash versus Evil Dead? That series?
Yeah, Ash
Oh.
versus the Evil Dead.
How
that's the
long was
series.
that one? Like, did it get like a second season, or was it like just like a mini series? I really didn't.
I don't know, but
I didn't hear about
yeah,
it.
but Evil Dead fans really liked it. Like
Mhm.
murag, it's kind of a mix of the goofy Ash thing, and then there's still the monsters in it, and like the practical effects, and there is a cult following. Jude, it's like a definition of a cult movie on
Yeah.
Evil Dead. So there's that, and then you get the Evil Dead game, which is basically like
Just
I don't know.
an asymmetrical horror, something like you play with
Yeah,
friends.
I don't know.
You kill your friends,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. I don't know which is the kanang template for asymmetrical horror, but I think Dead by Daylight kind of owns it.
Yeah,
Ano?
I think it. I'm not sure who did it first though, but Dead by Daylight was like so original that they had to put in all the popular monster characters just to like boost up their marketing if they wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Evil Dead was like free for a while, so a lot of people got it, and then like, oh yeah, so it's part campy horror and then part like horror. So back to Evil Dead Rise, like yeah, it's very like it's both that. It's very like scary, and then like at some point like things get very like gruesome. Like everyone keeps talking about the cheese grater part, and then I don't know like I don't know what memes you've seen that have come out of it, but like very like the main mom, kato si Alisa Sutherland, I think is her name.
I-
It's like she
wa-
does a really good job.
Wasn't it like connected to the 2013 movie?
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it doesn't even have like any connections, I think, to the original Ash. There's no after credits scene. There's just it's a new book, and then like I think they say it's one of 3 copies of the whatever the book is.
The
If they need to summon
Necronomicon?
some demons.
The Necronomicon.
I don't think it's the Necronomicon.
That's how you know
Is
that
it?
that's how it is. That's what it's called, Bayani. Like, how do you not
and
know?
it's like it's
my
it's
comfort
written
book.
it's written in blood, and then it's like it's bound human flesh, and then they find a really unique way to summon the demons
Yeah.
without the characters being idiots. I'm
Dude,
like,
I love it. I love it
okay,
so much.
like-
Every time they like read the Necronomicon and then they know that they fucked up, and then the camera turns into like a first person like slither
Yeah, and it starts
animation.
moving.
Yeah,
I'm like-
that's the Raimi
Yeah.
vibe right there. And
yeah, it has this shit on it, and then
Mm.
like but I have to props to the movie. I'm just like more like there's a moment when you're like, what the fuck are you doing, what the fuck are you doing, and then but like the stupidest part in the Evil Dead is always like them reading out of the book that everyone tells you not to read out of. But they didn't do that, which I was like more like, oh thank God, someone with a brain finally. But like unique way of how they handled it.
it's also interesting in Evil Dead Rise because it's set in a house. It's not a cabin in the woods, right? So it's set within.
No.
Yeah, it's set within like the confines of like supposedly a safe fucking place for everyone.
No, it's not. It's like it's supposed to take place inside like an apartment building, and then like, but the thing is, the apartment building is decrepit, so that everyone is kind of trapped inside it because the building is falling apart.
So it's a
and
crack house.
No, it's not a crack house. It's just like a shitty apartment. Like more like the walls are all grimy and stuff, and then like the elevator is busted, all that stuff. And then you just get to watch as everyone trapped inside the apartment is being just terrorized by the demon. And then like besides the people in the house, like in the main family, they're also just the neighbors who are all coming out, and then you get all of these shots where you're like, something's gonna happen with that, something's gonna happen with that.
Damn.
Someone is
Damn, I can't
Okay,
I
I
can't
can
wait to
tell.
watch it, man. Like, I've been meaning to watch that one, but I really want someone to bring along. Like, I'm not a scaredy cat, but I want to enjoy the goofiness and the horror vibes to it. Like that's really
watch
good.
it with some, watch it with some sadistic children if you want.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
People with, people who can tune out that this is just a movie, because if you came in there caring about the characters, I'm like, oh my god, like, is the DJ gonna achieve their dreams? Like,
I'm sorry, dude.
it's
No,
like,
no. Yeah.
It's like
you know what
big L.
Yeah. You know what reminds me? I like Evil Dead, the series itself, like reminds me of like Resident Evil, the Resident Evil franchise. It's like we know it's scary, we know it's like terrifying, and it birthed a genre of like that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, it's still campy and doesn't make sense. Something like you have to like remove all your like your logic behind all that. So it's a zombie infestation, and in Evil Dead, it's a demonic possession. So both like are really similar franchises, and I really enjoy both of them.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I don't know how to put it. Basta they're horror movies that are like they're on the verge of campy, and it's like on purpose. Yeah. So like, siguro if you're into that horror genre, Jude, like, if you're like a horror aficionado or something, like, I think Evil Dead is like right up your alley.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't mine, definitely. I was like, oh my god, it's just.
Are you being terrorized?
It's a practice of human misery here. Like, murag, ako ang napossess sa demon, ani. Like, I can't believe it. But it's a short movie. It's a very easy watch. It's like an hour 30 minutes.
It's despair.
So, like,
yeah.
It's an hour 30 minutes. Like, the book has a vibe. It has like teeth on it. And then it's like it opens and closes like the Harry Potter book. And then I'm like, well, if Hagrid was here, Hagrid would have told you to stroke the spine. Like, why didn't you do that?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. And then when you open it, it's full of kind of mga high school like art drawings about like, oh my god, like this is this demon and this is that demon, and then like we're like, ugh, god, here we go. Like, this is what kind of fucking ride this is. But yeah, I can understand all of the cinephiles who are like, Murag, I get it. I know what the franchise is. They're like looking smugly at it, going, I enjoyed it because I knew what it was.
Yeah, like just do that. You're expecting that one in an Evil Dead franchise. It's a great break though. Like I want to watch it when I get home probably, or because it's a great break from all the Succession and the Bridgerton that I've been watching.
Really?
Yeah, I've been watching, like, for some reason I've been watching Bridget, and okay, is this what the show is all about? Like, is this a fictional it's a different alternative version of like this thing?
Just watch The Great, but The Great is like, I think it's it's smarter, but I don't want to say Romanza na I only like watching smart material. Like, I think Bridgerton it's in the Pride and Prejudice the crowd, like people who like that, and then I imagine it's a bit toned down so people can understand what people are saying, and then like, oh my god, like, everything is a bit dramatic somewhat, and then there's someone spreading out rumors.
But I like it because it's
dirty fucking rumors.
It's like these bite-sized killing moments for, like, everyone who's actually looking for it, and it actually works.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, okay.
You know what's killing?
Okay, what?
You know what's killing? Third? Killing ang anime that I'm watching. It's called More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers on Netflix.
Okay, what?
There is a Gyaru uprising in the anime industry right now. Okay, I'm gonna go on a tangent. Namorag, like, do you watch Oshinoko?
No.
On Netflix?
No.
Dude, get into it. I swear. Like, Murag, the Gyaru uprising started with Marion Kitagawa from My Dress Up Darling, and then this it's More Than a Married Couple But Not Less Than Lovers has another Gyaru waifu in it, and then Oshinoko is like there's a Gyaru idol on it, and I'm like, they're back. The Gyarus are back, and like they're taking over this world. Like, no waifu is safe.
So for context, what is a Gyaru?
Gyaru is a subculture in Japan where these heavily made up women na murag blonde ang the typical Gyaru na stereotype is that they have tanned skin, and then mura sila nag-blackface at some point na inga na siya ka-offensive tanawon, and then blonde ang ilang hair, and then they're all made up, and they have all these bracelets and jelly jelly accessories all the time. Mona ang Gyaru subculture. And then they're usually portrayed as bullies in like early 2010s.
Oh, I've
anime,
seen an anime about that, right? Like with that kind of girl. Was it the one with
yeah, mga long nails, mga girls.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay, and
Yeah, they're considered to be like a bully stereotype for women, usually in anime. But now recently they've been turned into this more like, oh, the Gyaru can be the lead. So like it starts with Marin, and then I'm talking to you like Marin. You know Marin, right? You know Marin Kitagawa, my dress up darling. Are you serious? You don't know this?
No.
Get in on the culture, third. Jump in. You know all the Zeldas, but you don't know Marin Kitagawa.
Yeah.
Even Ernest knew who Marin Kitagawa was because I was like, hey, do you know that waifu that's going around on the internet kanang Marin Kitagawa? And then Ernest went, ay, kanang my dress up darling. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why do you fucking
How
know
does he
that?
know that? I have no idea. I have no anime circle with me. I only have one friend who likes anime, and then we barely talk. So I can't get all that anime stuff in my timeline. So I apologize for that. Yeah.
Yeah, but just like the top anime right now that that's the top of the charts, it's Oshinoko, translated to My Idol. And I'm telling you, like first episode pa lang, I had no fucking idea where it was going. I was like, this looks like a light-hearted series, but it turned into, it's part Death Note, part like figure. It's part isekai. It's part what is this? It's part like just learning about how the industry works, kind of how the idol world works. I'm like, this show has everything. I never have to watch anything else anymore. Like this is amazing.
Wow.
The intro is cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
So it's like a
I
revelation.
think 30 would be into this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
sige.
like, if you're not gonna watch anything that I recommended, like just watch Oshinoko na lang. And I'm like, I look deranged na
Yeah.
murag, Tiny, why aren't you watching Oshinoko right now? Just put down your fucking K-pop and just watch this anime with me.
All right.
Yeah.
Somebody's on a unhinged anime arc right
So
here.
I don't know ano nakaabot tayo dire because
Mm-hmm.
of Evil Dead Rise, but it's like, okay, Evil Dead Rise, siguro good. I'm like, not for Bayani, not for me, but I'm just like, since it's a vibe, I'm like, yeah, it's a 31. This is like 30 will like this one. You'll like all the human suffering in it.
Yes, give me that shit. That I live for that. And and also Succession. I've been watching Succession a lot, and I just realized that show is demented as fuck. Like it's like sociopathic tendencies. Like I don't like everyone in that show. Like I don't like everyone. I'm not vouching for everyone. I'm not vouching for anyone there, but I enjoy watching it because it's so fun watching these people rise and fall. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, right now I'm just in episode 4, and the only thing I can remember is katong si, who's the Pride and Prejudice guy, si Mr. Darcy. Like, he's tormenting like the young cousin, the estranged one who was like looking for a job, and he says like more like, hey, kiss me.
Oh yeah, that guy.
And then he's
That's
like, and
forgot
then
his
he's
name.
just like wondering what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Like what?
Dude, those two are my favorite characters in the show, and because they actually add a vibe to it. Like they're not in it for the money. I'm pretty sure they do, but it's funny because the dynamic they have with each other is like they could be gay probably eventually. They could make out eventually. I feel it. Yeah. So yeah, something like that. And yeah, I didn't get to finish season 1 yet. I'm still like on my way there. But I heard like Twitter is all over the place with that show. Everyone's talking about, whoa, this episode was fucking crazy, blah blah blah. And then it's just some dude wearing like a shirt, and then whoa, this episode goes hard, and they were just talking about stocks. So right, okay, let's talk about that.
I'm like, it's a very kanang smart show. It's like The Big Short na murag.
Yeah.
Everyone is talking about stocks and investment, and it's like the shareholders are doing this for the deal.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I can't get my father to step down, and I'm like, what the
And
fuck is happening?
dude, and that's when I
This-
realized that the series, the first director of the show was the Big Short director.
Yeah, see Adam McKay.
Yeah, and I'm like, whoa, okay, now I get it. Like, okay, so it's more about like corporate it's not. I'm not even like. I thought it was pure drama. It's fucking comedy, man. Like, comedy is everywhere. And even that Scott Pilgrim Culkin guy, he's the. I mean, he's an asshole character, but he makes for a great comic relief. Like, I know he's an asshole, but it's fun watching him, like, do
Na siya,
asshole
ano eh,
shit.
na siya pagka demented na, if you score a home run, I'll give your family like $1 million.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he's like, go, like,
Yeah,
and
dude.
then it's like when it stops and he rips it in front of them, like, oh no,
Exactly.
sorry. I'm like, what a fucking
Like, these
douche.
people, like, I do not like every single character there, but good on you guys. Like, go, like, do your best. Yeah. So yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna get into it since it's gonna end. So I'm like, okay, it's time to get in on whatever Pia's watching about this show. I was just like, I thought that it was just full of like attractive people, but it wasn't. I was like,
Oh,
oh my god, Kendall Roy
Yeah.
looks so gross.
Like,
he looks so pathetic.
yeah, he is. Like, I don't, but he has an arc in the latest season. Of course, as far as I'm like, as far as I've seen on Twitter. But Sarah Snook is really hot. Like, I like the redhead vibe.
Si, ano? What's her name?
Si Shoban. Si Shiv.
Siobhan.
Si Shiv, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like it's a certain redhead kind of vibe that I like. Okay, she's really attractive. Okay. Okay. So that's it.
You got a type.
So yeah, moving on from that one, we forgot one major topic to talk about, Biani, because you've been going all around with your animes and your
If
Star Wars
I can
Visions.
get one person to watch Oshinoko after this, just one episode, I would have done my job.
Yeah. So comment
I
below.
would've recruited the church of Hoshino Ai, like, Morag, please join me. Like, we got shirts.
Yeah, we could put this on the title so that everyone would like you would get like fans out of it. Like you would like get viewers out of it. So, all right.
I'll be a sub leader for the Church of Hoshino Ai, and namitan ng mga body pillows.
Okay.
It's coming. Yay, it's time for your... I don't know if you were building up to your big topic.
No, I actually know. I don't have
What
no.
did I forget? What did I forget?
It's-
You weren't gonna say Zelda?
Of course, I'm gonna say Zelda, but it's like we're pressed on time, and then all right, we'll just keep it short and just vibe.
Oh, come on.
Come on,
Okay. So, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
The Tears of
just
Anaren.
came out.
Yes.
Yes, and like, how is it third? Were the critics right, or was it another shill? I don't know. Was this another shill bait?
Actually, man, like I can't believe it. It's like the magic I felt with Elden Ring. It's like actually in Tears of the Kingdom. It's like it's PG-13 Elden Ring. If you guys like want to consider that. I have been spending
Guess.
my entire
Okay.
fucking weekend playing that game. So yeah.
Okay. So, I know that The Legend of Zelda is kind of like a Final Fantasy, where every entry is just a different spin on the same kind of elements. So, you got your Link, you got your Zelda, who is a MacGuffin, and then, like, the story always takes place in a Hyrule, and then the enemy is always that big guy na si
Ganon.
si Daddy
Yeah.
Ganon. So-
Funnily though, like I mean, ironically, it's like it's the same guy from all the Zeldas. It's just him. But the only thing different in every Zelda game is that every Zelda is different and every Link is the same. But in every Zelda iteration, it's always one Ganon. It's weird. Because he keeps dying, he keeps reincarnating back, dying and reincarnating. I really don't know what they're doing. I don't really care about the timeline. Like it's so convoluted to the point that I don't know. I don't want to read too much out of it. But Rain seems to know all about it, but I can't get her right now.
I'm sorry, our friend Rain is not here, so hopefully she'll listen to this
Yes.
and go upstairs and tell 30 na, yeah, sure, I'll talk about Legend of Zelda with you.
Yeah, she could talk for an hour about the lore, about where did it begin, like who the hell is Zelda, what is the Triforce of Power, and why is every gay guy out there have a tattoo on it on their arm. So yeah, that's probably that's gonna be a thing we're gonna talk about.
Yeah. I was like, why did they need to, like, do a sequel to Breath of the Wild rather than just like rebooting the entire thing like they usually do.
I mean, Breath of the Wild, like, there's no reason to make a separate story. Like, there are many unanswered questions in Breath of the Wild that needs to be addressed in Tears of the Kingdom. So I get what they're going for. Like, it's pretty like Zelda isn't. I don't think Zelda is like more of a story-driven game, but it is like it has turned into that right now. I mean, it's like open world, open-ended. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You can build like Gundams. You can build like your warplanes in Tears of the Kingdom.
Wait, is that just this Tears of the Kingdom, or
Yes.
was it like previous Zeldas?
In this-
Because I knew in Breath of the Wild you can cook.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can cook
The-
here in Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a playground for, like, imagine playing with your toys when you were a kid, and then it's basically just that with, like, Tears of the Kingdom. You can make your own shit, you can make your
Yeah.
own weapons, you can fuse stuff. Zelda is, like, so, like, it continues to evolve in every game, and I really
Yeah,
appreciate what
ang
these
ako
Japanese
lang-
are doing.
Yeah, ako rin na-understand about Legend of Zelda. The hook of Tears of the Kingdom is not just that you can go upwards now and then it's like it's the same map but now there are sky islands. It's also like right before the game's release, they were all hyping up the ability to fuse weapons to make vehicles either land, sea, or air-based, and then naasad ka ng like you can make the silliest looking weapons ever. Like it's just rock and stick, and it's like now it's a club, and I'm like, that looks really dumb. But like the fact that you can take any element, like you can take like why don't I make a really really long stick? I'm like, wow, that's allowed.
Yeah. Like,
It's just
is-
allowing the freedom of like it's like Legos or something.
Yes, something like that. It's
No,
Legos.
but
Like,
crafting.
the game just tells you to go there and do your own shit. Like, that's your job. Figure it out. There's this one time even that I combined a sword, a stick, with a minecart, and then I realized that what I can do that. What the fuck? Okay, so that's a thing. And there's also
and then Link can just he can just swing around the cart or
yeah, because
like,
the cart turns into a smaller cart, and then I don't know what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so fucking crazy that I keep discovering new shit every time. It's also a thing for Breath of the Wild. Like, the game is so big that people are missing out on the details because they're so focused on like the story and the Koroks. So, and with Tears of the Kingdom, it's gonna be the same thing because it's still just the first few days of the game, and then people are discovering shit. So you've seen on Twitter that everyone was like building their own like penis man, and there's a lot of like a lot of things. So we expect to see more of that shit happening.
My favorite Zelda video so far is katong the evolution of like warfare in Tears of the Kingdom, and it's like tier 1, it's medieval where it's just a cart with a spear in the front, and then it turns into a tank, and then it turns into a laser tank, and then the final one is gonna ride off the Valkyrie, and it's a flying plane, and then it has cannons on it. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? No, Ganon just looks up though, and there's like a warship na dropping like mga nuclear bombs on him. I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, God, crazy game. Eh.
So much potential, man.
I think the crazy thing is that it's running on a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Which is like what? They should have upgraded
7-year-old.
the platform at this point.
I know it's a 7-year-old hardware.
It's an old platform now.
And yeah, you could actually tell how much it aged because I was playing it, and then whenever I use that skill, the ultra hand job, it gets like the frames get like dropped to 20, and then okay,
Oh, no.
I see it now. But it's not that distracting because you're just you're just doing puzzles. But either way, like, it's a game that really works. There's a sense of adventure to it, and I've seen a lot of tweets that it oddly reminds them of like Studio Ghibli movies. That I don't know, it's like it's pure magic everywhere. There's like the atmosphere of the world. You can actually feel these like areas evolve and change over time because Breath of the Wild was like 7 years ago, right? And then this Tears of the Kingdom takes place years after that. So they're rebuilding the place. And at the same time, like, there's this weird sky island thing now. And some weird shit underground. So many things have happened. And I really can't wait to, like, dive in once again and then explore the shit out of it.
Yeah, so are you done with the story now? Did you finish it?
In-
Like, how many days have you had this game?
In Tears of the Kingdom? No, I'm
Yeah.
barely starting the story. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It just
How many days in are you?
It just came in at last Friday, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Today is Monday.
Today's a month, so I got 3
So-
days of time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And
So, let's say, pila ka percent ang story progression nimo? Or are you just lost in the building for now?
I'm not lost in the building. Like, the building is probably like not my type of thing. Like, I build stuff, okay, sure, but not to the point where these people like create these like Evangelion like Evas or something. No, I'm not that kind of guy. I just, immerse myself in the story, listen to its fucking great music, and I don't know, just vibe around, like walk and then talk to the NPCs because they actually say like the craziest things. They actually tell you tips, like rumors about what's going on in the world. It's actually like I'm living there, man, and I love the way they do it. And I can play it on the Switch while I'm on bed, and I'm like, this is comfy. I like this comfy thing with me.
I only know The Legend of Zelda, like my only exposure to it, because I wasn't a Nintendo kid. So everything I know about The Legend of Zelda is basically just the memes. The first game, Breath of the Wild, came out with that butt shot of Zelda that's just going everywhere, that it's just she's bent over, and I'm like, it's just a normal shot, but somehow it's the thing that turned into a meme. Does Zelda have the same kind of moment in Tears of the Kingdom?
I actually have no idea. Because,
It's not there yet.
yeah, it's not there yet, probably. But, I don't know. Why is everyone simping on Zelda? Like, as far as I
Like-
can tell, like, most of the Rule 34s are all Link. All Link and his twink ass. Like, why is it
Yes,
every
yeah.
Link?
It's Twinkling.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, and TikTok knows me that I've been looking at Legend of Zelda because gawa sa mga videos, there's just all these really pretty boys that are just like wearing their Link cosplay, and then some of them are like muslip ang yung sleeve, and then I can see their really pink nipples, and I'm like, dude, like, what the sexualization of Link is upon us.
Yeah.
And then there's just a fan art of like a huge Daddy Ganon that's just like murag. So, and then Link is just, so is Ganon gonna smash me against the wall? Oh my god, like what is he gonna do to me? I'm like, oh, like,
Yeah.
I guess there's like this is the market. He's kind of like Cloud in a sense, like
Yeah,
he's
he's
a very
like,
bare bones character.
yeah, he's the
but
twinkified one.
You can sexualize the hell out of him.
Yeah, it's like a Sephiroth and Cloud thing that everyone's been going on the internet for quite a while. This has been going on for decades, Bayani. So they forgot about the Zeldas and the Tifas now because everyone's so focused on the Cloud and the Links. So yeah, the shift in
Yeah.
popularity this has changed.
Yeah, I have to say there has been a rise of mas morally the 4chan scape is more accepting now of mga trans femme na like trans women coming into their space.
Yeah.
I've noticed, like, I've looked and it's more threads now. There's like, post all your she-mails, mga and I'm like, okay, so I guess this is a result of kanang si Cloud in the dress, and then now it's like, oh, it's more of Link
Yeah.
now, the other twink boy mascot.
I don't know, like 4chan is like for some reason 4chan is a safe space, man. Like despite all the gore, the unnecessary dick shots and all, it's a safe space. Like everyone's having fun there. Unlike, like Facebook and Twitter where everyone hates each other. Twitter is just like 4chan is like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm just here. I'm just gonna vibe, pick whatever
Yeah,
thread that I like.
I have a feeling when someone hates on the thread that you post, it's like people come out to defend, like, why are you kink shaming? Why are you kink shaming? Get out of here! Like, we're like, oh yeah, they're more of like, just be yourself.
Yeah, it's a space. It's a safe space. Except
A
for
very
the
odd thing
gore
to say.
gore videos though. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
Zelda.
can I ask?
Mhm.
Can I ask about Zelda? Like, Murag, what what usually is the point of this character? Na, I know that she becomes like the damsel. She's the Princess Peach of the franchise, but like, why are they sticking to the her name is on the game and then like she's always? I think you always have to save her, or she's a kind of magical figure in the game,
Mhm.
so that I don't know. She's the only one who can like save the world. Like, can you
Mm.
explain to me the lore behind this?
I can. I
Or
can.
like the history of Zelda.
Let's see. I'm gonna put it in some shorter terms, lang. Because Zelda, the Legend of Zelda, is more like a tale, and Zelda is pretty much the embodiment of hope, the embodiment of good in a world that's like corrupted by evil. Yeah,
Which is Ganon.
which is Ganon, and it could be Ganon or someone else, but Zelda has always been a constant in a world like that, and Link is always around. Like, there's always a Link to every Zelda. So it's like a generation of like these offsprings, because Zelda is just not one character. It's an offspring from like it's a bloodline of like from an ancient gods that came before. So Zelda, Zelda, and another Zelda comes in, and Link is just some dude who works at like a sweatshop or something, and then they just give him a sword, and then he becomes a hero to the story. But the thing here is like the hero's journey, and with Zelda in between, she's not necessarily someone that you need to save, because she's a very pivotal character. She's insanely powerful, so she doesn't need saving. That's what they're trying to
What
do
are
here.
her? What are her powers like?
Oh.
Is she like an Aerith? Is she like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
healer?
yeah. She is like Aerith, and she has the power of light. I mean, in Zelda, there's this thing called like the Triforce of power. You've seen the
Yeah.
three triangles,
I've
right?
seen the triangles.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
You can see them in every gay boy tattoo or every like girl tattoo there.
Okay.
So
Why? Okay. What is the Triforce? It's not the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit,
yeah,
right?
no, it's not like, but it's pretty much that kind of concept in Zelda, in the Zelda lore, because these are three things that exists, very powerful godlike creations that descended on this world of Hyrule, and basically the Triforce of
Okay.
power is like one is for wisdom, one is for courage, and one is for power. And wisdom was bestowed on Zelda. She's that girl. Like she's the queen. Okay, so that's her gift. Courage is for Link, because he's always with us. Like we're the one like trying to like get into dank caves, fighting the big monsters, doing the hard
Okay.
work for her. So that's us. And power is Ganon. Like he's the one obsessed with all this. Like I want to be king. I want to do whatever I want. So basically that's
He's-
the essential constants of like the Zelda lore. I'm not really familiar with most of them. That's only what I read, but
This isn't like your personal read, right? This is like this is the lore, Jud, na courage, power, wisdom is the three of them, and then they always exist in each Zelda game.
yeah, that's what I read. So if anyone has like any concerns, did I do something wrong? Just please comment below, and then can talk about it. And oh yeah, that's essentially the big three of any Zelda game, and there's also the Master Sword, which is like the constant sword that banishes all evil. I'm not really a big Zelda fan until Breath of the Wild, so I have no idea about the history.
Really?
Yeah, like it's my first Breath of the Wild was my first Zelda game, because I was never a Nintendo guy. Like I had no idea that, like, who the fuck is Zelda? Is he the guy that we've been using the whole time? So there, when I noticed the jokes and the memes about Link is not Zelda, okay, I understand now. I mean, thank God I've seen those memes. Otherwise, like I would come off as like
I only know Legend of Zelda through the Ego Raptor video where he's talking about like the evolution of like the Zelda franchise, and I'm like, oh yeah, like these are fun. I like these videos.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
But okay, because the only issue that I have long Jud with Nintendo Switch games is that they're insanely expensive no matter how old they are. So even no matter how hard I wanted to play Breath of the Wild, the price tag was still what, like 2.7 or 2.5, even a second-hand one. So I was like, oh, fuck you, Nintendo. I ain't gonna play that shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's open world, pa Jud. Like, I was just trying to be nice na lang gani. And then, can I jump into Tears of the Kingdom without, like, prior Zelda knowledge?
Yeah, you can actually play the game without, but I recommend you play Breath of the Wild first before you hop into Tears of the Kingdom, because it's a sequel to that, and it builds upon the foundations of like the world around you. So when you can tell the difference with the past and present, something like that. There's a special, like, I don't know, like, I think you would enjoy Breath of the Wild. You don't need to play all the old games because it's a different story here. It's another version of Zelda and Link, so no need to pressure yourself with the lore. But it takes like you know, like, just familiarize the past memories or whatever the fuck Skyward Sword is, or Ocarina of Time, like something like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I mean,
I was just like, I just know the memes, Jude. I'm like, okay, Ocarina of Time was a liked one. Majora Mask is a creepypasta or whatever.
yeah. Oh my
Like,
god, I remember that one. The Ben drowned memes, and it's a lot.
ugh.
Yeah. So, yeah, Zelda, very very good game. Like,
It's a very strong launch for Nintendo again after like what, 6 years of no new Zelda game.
I mean, there was a non-canon one, which is not everyone loves that one, but yeah. So
What non-canon? Aren't all
Non-canon.
the Zeldas non-canon?
no, I mean,
Because
Age
it's
of
a different canon each game.
Yeah, but there's this one game where they released like a Dynasty Warriors kind of game where you just play random characters in Zelda.
Oh, yeah.
That's Age of Calamity, and nobody gives a shit about it because it's not set in the Breath of the Wild canon, even though it is. Because the story was just like time travel bullshit, the what if scenarios that happened, and then everyone was like, okay, fine, whatever. So
Okay. Yeah. Whenever Nintendo ever plans to hold a fucking sale, maybe that's when I'll get my hands on a Zelda game finally.
Good luck.
Okay. Yeah, I'm paying for like a subscription right now, and I have to, like, you know, take turns with my brother on his Switch. Like right now, I'm like, I don't know what I should invest on in the Nintendo Switch. Should I buy some games? Should I just like not eat for 2 months and buy a PlayStation 5? I don't know.
Yeah.
But like,
Questions.
gamers be eating good
Yeah.
apparently.
Gamers are eating good, yeah, for some reason, and I don't know. A good year for gaming, and it's a strong Game of the Year contender with Zelda. And
Really?
yeah, it is. It's getting perfect
So
10s.
far, what are the Game of the Year contenders?
We got Resident Evil 4. We got a Dead Space
really?
remake. We got Final Fantasy 16.
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts?
Yeah, we could just put that there. Probably it's gonna win awards.
Hey,
maybe.
you were playing it. You played it.
I played
Don't-
it. I
you
played
support. You support J.K.
Yeah.
Rowling.
I played it. Did I ever tell you that I didn't like the game, even when I finished it?
I think I remember you saying you didn't.
Yeah,
like
I
it.
fucking
I
hate
was
the
like,
game.
Is it? I don't. Does it make you racist towards Jewish people?
No.
Because they're apparently goblins.
No. Yeah, I read an article about that. That was pretty funny. But man, like Hogwarts Legacy, it's just so bad. Like, the only redeeming quality about that one is like you get to explore Hogwarts. That's the best thing about the game. The rest, its story is fucking bad. Like, combat is
What about the
repetitive.
combat?
Combat is repetitive. Like, I know it's fun when you like cast your spells and all. It's nothing. There's no variety to it. It's bad. I don't like it.
But boy, what about Professor Garlic?
Oh, I mean, Professor
The-
Garlic was hot. Yeah,
Yeah, like
Like,
the only thing I know
No.
about kind of Hogwarts is
Yeah.
like, oh, who is this SFM? Like the new SFM is Professor
Yeah.
Garlic.
yeah, too bad
Top
she only gets like.
waifu of the.
Yeah, she only gets like a little screen time on that one, so I don't know, not enough. But yeah, that has been a lot of
Well, that's
things.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath
Yeah,
of the
we
it's
got-
Tears of the
we got
Kingdom,
a lot of-
Bayani, Jesus.
Oh wait, shit, fuck. Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what do we have next week? It's already we're halfway through May na, and yeah, next week na ang release Little Mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
We can probably talk about it at the beginning of the week next week.
Does it come out on
June
Disney
isn't
Plus?
coming. No, it doesn't come out Disney Plus. It's a favorite movie, like, so theatrical release na. You know what's on Disney Plus though? Peter Pan and Wendy, which is directed by, guess who directed it? See,
Who?
the guy who made The Green Knight. See, David Lowery.
David Lowery? A Peter Pan movie?
Yeah.
No way.
He directed it. Ang Peter Pan, and I was just like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, and you can see that it's artsy in some senses. Like, murag, wow, this is very, like, vibes.
I will
And
check it out.
I really like their twist on Captain Hook. I was like, oh, that's a very interesting take on Captain Hook and like growing up or whatever. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I know that there's a lot of other things we're watching out for in May. Like Spider-Verse is coming out. We can probably talk
it
about
comes out
that
in
next
June,
week.
man.
Yeah, and Super Mario Brothers comes out at the end of this week. Like, so maybe you can finally check it out.
Yes, alright.
You, non-Super Mario enjoyer.
Yeah. Okay. Lots of stuff to talk about next week, so yeah.
Yeah, so thanks for listening, guys. And once again, this has been Bayani.
And I'm 30. Thank you so much for listening. Yeah. That's it. Bye-bye.
Bye.